Hello, one. Hello, all. What's up? Happy Saturday, the 20th. I come to you, as always, as CP, otherwise known as Charles, coming to you from Long Island, New York, the United States of America. Quick hello to Tony, Movie Chappie, D9, Neil Blomkamp, Tyler Van, Brandy, Aaron, Deadhead, cheers, Dice, bonjour, Sky, what is up? So I watched the 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 prequel to Orphan last morning. It was dark. It wasn't exactly yesterday, but it wasn't exactly today, but it was dark, and that's when I watched it. Um, and Yeah, it got me thinking that I don't think that all characters need uh further fleshing out of a story. I think it like, a story is, you think of a children's tale, a story, a beginning, middle, of an end, a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's it. Uh, there's no book out there telling you how Humpty Dumpty managed to get his rightful spot on that wall. That's just the story is Humpty Dumpty had a fall. Um, that's all there is to it. You don't you don't need more to. At a certain point, it's capitalism. I know what it is. If we're gonna fool ourselves and try to say that this is all for the sake of art, then um, what what do you have left to say of these characters? And spoiler for a movie that's 13 years old, but you're getting a prequel for a character that's dead. Um, so, like, no matter, like, of course, like, I guess they went backwards because they had to. They couldn't do a sequel, and I don't know. Was the Orphan fan cinematic fan universe one where people were like fucking clawing and begging, just absolutely begging, please, we need more Esther. I can't. How can you keep making movies and not give us the Esther cinematic universe? um it 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 my mind was just like, I was so confused throughout the entire movie. It Don't get me wrong, the first half or so was quite decent. um and I thought it was a good time. Julia Stiles, I really didn't recognize her for a fair portion. Then I'm like, wait a minute, that's Julia Stiles, not ruining a Dexter. All right, all right. Let me stop. Let me stop. Julia Stiles is not solely responsible for Dexter taking a nosedive. She just happens to be in the first season where things went south. My apologies. I just have this personal attachment where I have Julia Stiles and the beginning of the end of Dexter just just very, very closely linked. Um, there's too much about this Orphan prequel that, first of all, it's laughable that you make a prequel about a movie, about a character who in the first movie was actually a 30-year-old woman who was playing a 10-year-old girl. So she was 13 years ago. And now you're going to make a movie that takes place before that and use the same actress. So even if she literally was 10 in that movie, she would now be 23, 24. So making it a prequel, I like just trying my best to get past that little portion of it all. Um, we know basically we know everything we kind of need to know about the Esther character. It's just, you know, she's an orphan who is not what she says she is, and she's up to no good, can't be trusted. Hijinks ensue. Uh, what they don't do is introduce, like, if you were going to give me a prequel to Orphan, um, why not introduce what it was that makes her so fucking gnarly? And I realize this movie is 2 days old. Um, if you have Paramount Plus, you currently have access to the film. So if you're not doing anything tonight, later, in between now and the sun rising tomorrow, by all means, run amok. Um, but they don't do that. She's a very similar character to what she was in Orphan 2009. And then I, there's a bit of a twist halfway through the movie, and it's the most annoying thing that like I literally audibly, you know, it's just me here back in New York. Emily is in the United Kingdom. It's just me here with a ton of shit on the bed. Like I have I can't even show you. Like I audibly, with nobody else in the room, said, "Oh, go fuck yourself." Like I literally said that out loud watching the movie when this twist happened, and I just I couldn't I couldn't um I I I just fucking didn't really have the my mind wasn't prepared for what their idea of a twist was for this movie. And um I guess isolated, if you just watch this movie on its own, it's kind of fine. Like it if this movie were called something else, it'd be kind of unique. But because it's part of the Esther cinematic universe, it feels weird because Esther the Orphan is a little um, bad news, and uh, as close to a spoiler as I'll get. I'll try not to, but she's not the only person in the movie with ill intent. And that's all I'll say about that. And it kind of fucking frustrated the hell out of me. For those of you who uh, would like to know, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. On Letterboxd, it's currently averaging a 3. So people seem to be enjoying it. Lists, let me see. No, my lists, not everybody else's. You fucking weirdo. It is number 20 of the movies I've seen in 2022 out of the 24 movies I've seen in 2022. uh, yes, it is on Paramount Plus. So if you have the plus, it is for free, or well, I guess whatever your monthly charge is. All right, let me comb back with the chat. I see a lot of Better Call Saul. I'm not. I'm not. We're not talking about television because it's a little bit. It's different. It's much longer form storytelling. I mean, Better Call Saul is a perfect example of the fact that you can do that with television because uh, Better Call Saul, you have a series about a guy who was not the main character of a series that he happened to be on. Like that's the great thing about television. If you want to bleed stories dry and there's interest in it and you have stories to tell about it, you can say, oh man, you think fucking Walt meth dealer fucking chemistry teacher is crazy. Wait, do we have all these stories to tell you about his crooked lawyer? That's way different. um I mean, unless of course you like, again, Marvel, because they have so many fucking characters they introduce into everything. Well, I guess maybe Avengers movies. These are Yes, these are technically they're new glasses. I got these for £1, and they are worth it because they broke. £1 fucking Scottish breaking glasses. But I can read the screen stronger, but they can't hold to my face stronger, Tim. There's no book showing Humpty Dumpty being laid by Mummy. I think some movies and stories lend themselves more to prequels than others. Hollywood has not mastered this by any means. So yeah, that's an understatement. Esther, don't hate Esther's an icon. Oh yeah, yeah. It's so weird watching the movie too. I'm like, man, the actress is only like 24, like legitimately whatever her age was for the original. I think that was the actress's age. But so, she's 23, 24, 25, 22, whatever, in between 22 and 26 is this actress's age. But I don't know if they did it on purpose or if it was lighting or what, but she was a haggard looking mid-20s in this movie. I mean, there was times where I was like, oh man, why did they get Winona Ryder to play the Esther prequel? This is fucking crazy. Actually, that's probably a slight against Winona Ryder. Let me take that back. I've been hearing they're planning a sequel for The Black Phone. I'm not thrilled. Yeah, and that's another brilliant example of my point. If you haven't seen The Black Phone, it's hard to not give anything away. The way that movie is played out is fine. To sort of stay on topic but sidestep, they never made a Buffalo Bill prequel. They never made a movie, a Silence of the Lambs movie about Buffalo Bill. He was just like he was just fucking, dare I say, crazy. He like that was him. Something about the character in The Black Phone is, I don't want to know. I don't want to know more about, like, I don't care why certain things don't happen. I like, it makes it scarier. What happened to the less you know, the scarier the thing is. Like, people are afraid of the dark because you don't know what is in that room. It's the not knowing that's scary. I just I fucking we need prequels, otherwise we wouldn't have Attack of the Clone. I liked the first Orphan, as did I. I did too. Have no interest in seeing another one. Something should be just a one-off. I agree. Corey? I've got to say the villain in season 5 was really good though. Which one? There was like 4 fucking bunch of poopy caca heads. Are you talking about the guy from Hackers? The just take it guy? Just take it. Rogue One is a semi prequel. Rogue One Rogue One plays like a an add-on to episode 4. I don't think Rogue One doesn't have a purpose. Um, I mean, you do know about the plans to the Death Star. They are brought up. I mean, it's a line in passing. Does it completely warrant a film? No. Um, can an argument be made that it's enough? I guess. And I I thought the third act was quite strong, and I'm happy they did it. So, yeah. Julie Stiles is right up there with Jai Courtney, and Blake Lively is one of those actors I just can't get behind. Blake Lively, I just can't, ever since what was she in The Town? Uh, she played a good fucking fuck up in The Town, but other than that, I haven't really. I agree with you. I watched that movie where fuck I forget. Her family died, and it was like I don't know. They were trying to do like the female version of Taken, but not really. The trailer was intriguing, and they played a really interesting version of Where Did You Sleep Last Night? That's the only thing I remember about that movie. I remember the trailer. I remember watching the movie and being like, "Yeah, you can't carry a movie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Blake. You cannot carry a movie. I'm not interested." Are you in a different location? Yes, I am currently in New York. Yes. Um, I do not disagree with you there, Alonzo. I've heard many good things about this one, still wanting to check it out. Well, if you have Paramount Plus, you're good to go. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. I like the original Orphan film a lot. That twist ending is shocking. It didn't need to be a prequel, though. To me, it's one and done type of horror film. Exactly. Exactly. Especially if you're making a prequel about somebody who's young, who like logistically the actor is gonna get older, and the longer you wait, the worse it is. She just looked way older in this movie. Many Saints of Newark is another cautionary tale. Prequels are generally bad. I think that was David Chase just fucking milking whatever he could out of that Sopranos tit. I don't know. Maybe his bank accounts were getting a little low for his likening, but I always felt like if there was some sort of backstory to be told in The Sopranos, they told it in The Sopranos. Uh, that was something that kind of confused me. I mean, it's neat. It's neat that his kid got to play a younger version of him. but that's it. I and I didn't get a phone call to play young Uncle Junior, so they fucked up immediately. They fucked up there, so whatever. Paramount Plus is like the only service I don't have, an Apple TV. Paramount Plus is um it's good of them to release uh brand new films immediately, because the rest of their content is very, very like, I mean, other than Paramount Films, um, a lot of their content is like television heavy, and they release a lot of MTV stuff. Look what I stole from Toronto. This is what I got at the airport. This is a stress plane. So every time I think about Heathrow Airport, I can squish a plane. Um, those are for kids, and I just said, "Well, I don't care. I'm a kid." I'm afraid I'm a touch busy torturing myself with another mortuary assistant shift. You should do those live, Dice. I have a million other horror movies I'd recommend people spend their time on, movies that actually deserve the attention. Right. Next on my plate, I think, is They, Them, just out of the sheer curiosity. Is Better Call Saul a bad or good prequel? I have not gotten into it yet. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It fell off a bit, but can appreciate that they tried to make it different, but it didn't work. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back. I live in upstate New York. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be back, but um we'll see. I'll be here tomorrow. Maybe the day after too. I actually find Better Call Saul to be better than Breaking Bad. Might be a hot take. That is a pretty hot take. What about a prequel for Pet Cemetery? Maybe showing how the place came to be. I'll give you that. That intrigues me, because that um, they give you the flashback of Judd, you know, when they had to burn the house with the fucking with the dude's son who went fucking berserk, or who was a zombie or whatever, and Judd had to put his dog down. There's, you know, there's room there. Well, how the fuck did they find out? And you know, who put those rocks and shit all the way up there? And yeah, there's definitely room for a Pet Cemetery prequel, and you don't have to include a single fucking person from any of that movie. Nothing, no reference. I mean, if you want to show the like the road, or actually not. I mean, considering how far back you'd probably have to go. If you want to show the area, that's one thing, or whatever. Like, that's a prequel that you can make where you don't necessarily need to be tied to the movie you're preempting. The actress playing Esther is 25 years old in real life, so she's an adult playing a child. Yeah, yeah. Too much. My brain hurts. Uh, no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm going as quick as I can. Yep. Uncles are always special. CP, how was your airport experience this time coming from Scotland to New York City? Uh, I had a layover in Toronto. Toronto could be the most boring airport I've ever been to in my life. Um, there are two things that I'm getting very familiar with over the course of the last decade of my life. Hospitals and airports. And the Toronto airport is so boring. Boring. There's nowhere to sit. Uh, I could just be fucking salty because I had a 20-hour layover and they wouldn't comp me a stay at the hotel, which is literally connected to the fucking airport. There's a Sheraton connected to uh, Toronto Pearson Airport, um, and they wouldn't comp me. And I even went. I even after they said no, I still went over to the hotel, and I was like, "Hi, my flight is at 9 o'clock in the morning. I will literally not be sleeping in the bed. I just need some place to sit and not worry about nodding off with my fucking luggage all around me, possibly getting stolen." And they were like, "Yeah, we don't do things like that." And I was like, "Okay, what are you, a Sheraton? Good. I will never stay in a Sheraton in my life. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks for the help. Customer service." How difficult was it to leave Emily there in Scotland to return to the US? I'm sure you'll be heading back there to reunite with her at some point. It was difficult. We just spoke before via Skype. Um, it's something that we knew had to happen. It was something that we prepared for a month ago. That I mean, there was a very strong chance that I was going to get turned around anyway. So, um, it sucks. It sucks, but it's a step. It's not long term. It's not it's not anything that's intended on being something that will take a while. And we're grown ups. We've been married a while. We can handle not you know sleeping in the same fucking. I have a bad back anyway, so I can't tell you how many times I've gotten up in the middle of the night and slept on a couch or some shit. So it's not her and or I getting used to the fact that we're not next to each other in bed isn't an entirely new concept. So it's we're fine. We're absolutely fine. It was difficult. It of course it's difficult, but um, it's a means to an end. Do you hear that music? I fucking love it. I had my very own house and never had to deal with neighbors with fucking music in their yard. And here I am back in New York, and I guess maybe they're throwing me a welcome party. Is today a holiday? Is August 20th a fucking holiday? I paid a pretty penny for my prescription glasses, and one arm is epoxied on. Great prequel, Godfather 2, brilliant point. Yeah, I didn't mean any besmirching. I don't prefer prequels. Yeah, I don't go out seeking them. If you're gonna do them, you really better do a good job. I'd watch a prequel about Buffalo Bill. I'm thoughts on Woodstock '99, the festival or the documentary? Put the fucking lotion in the basket. Would you? With the Black Phone and Orphan prequel both getting positive reception, I think I'm just disconnected from what modern audiences like. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Orphan. Although I do think Black Phone's pretty. I enjoyed that quite a bit, and X is my favorite movie of the year. Kind of fired up to see Pearl. Oh, it would be awesome if come October, I'm talking way more about Pearl than I am about some fucking masked killer from Haddonfield. Wouldn't that just be the shit? Have you heard of X Night of Vengeance 2011, the post arts identicals? Yeah, somebody brought that up. That, I mean, it's not an incredibly uniquely creative idea or two legs crossed make an X. It's it, 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 it's like comedians and jokes about fucking airport security. You're gonna see a lot of it. Agreed. I prefer the let my imagination work method. Wait, what? They made a prequel to Hannibal Lecter, but Hannibal Lecter was a different character. Hannibal Lecter, you all you knew about Hannibal Lecter was that he was this really dangerous person, and well, you witnessed him kill one person in Silence of the Lambs, but uh, like he had a history. So there was a hell of a lot more intrigue with Hannibal Lecter than there was a hell of a lot more intrigue with Hannibal Lecter and his past, which first of all, that movie existed before Silence of the Lambs. Um, and there is way more than there would have been for Buffalo Bill. Yes, the guy from Hackers. Oh Jesus, I'm fucking so far behind. I've been meaning to ask you, did you oh, Dice, did I recognize the father in the black phone? Come on. Do you mean Faraday from Lost? Is that who you're asking about? Ben, god damn it. Yeah. Yes. He's also the coward in Saving Private Ryan who has a fuckload of ammo just draped all over his shoulders, and he just fucking loses his shit on the steps while one of his brethren gets stabbed to death by a German, and he just whimpers and listens. And when the German's done killing his buddy, he's just standing at the top of the steps, and Faraday from Lost just kind of eases his hand away from the gun, like, I don't want to kill you, don't kill me. It's a really, it's just a fucked scene. The scene's just so fucked. Who says Rogue One serves no purpose? I didn't say Rogue One serves no purpose. X-Men First Class, Bumblebee, Monsters University. Monsters University, that fucking cartoon shit. Just, that's just, that is capitalism at its finest. I did not see Bumblebee. X-Men First Class, I kind of thought it was all right and enjoyed. I could make an argument, even though in X-Men they show you Magneto as a kid, fucking go berserk, screaming 9. I don't know what he loves that number so much for, but when he makes everything fucking explode or blow up or whatever the fuck, seeing a young man Magneto and how he turns to the dark side was quite. I enjoyed that. Red Dragon. You're also forgetting Manhunter. Manhunter came out in the 80s, was directed by Michael Mann. Hunter. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Love the Town. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm way back. Thomas Harris was told that if he wasn't a part of Hannibal Rising, someone else would write it, and he didn't want anyone else to write it, so he did. First Class is great. Bumblebee is better than it has any right to be. Monsters University did nothing for me. We didn't need a prequel, but this was pretty good. Saw something coming. And the twist, just didn't know what it was. What are you referring to, Aaron? Are you referring to Orphan? Because the twist is... The twist in Orphan First Kill makes the movie... It doesn't need to be called Orphan. I liked First Kills. The story mimics one of my favorite documentaries. I thought they pulled off her look pretty well, too. People should watch it before they decide it's good or not. Of course, I agree wholeheartedly with that statement, and I say that about everything. If you make your mind up about something before you watch it, you're being ignorant. What documentary are you referring? David Chase is the GOAT. P plus is for Trekkies. Okay. Yeah, I can 9/11 right to end the show. Just commit a 9/11 to close the show out. Many saints had fuck all in common with the show other than the characters. It wasn't philosophically rich as the series and had none of the emotion. Yeah, no, I agree. It's one of those movies I watched it and I was like, I never need to see this ever again. That stress plane will last a week max because it will get burnout. I have to test doing let's play like that live. I've done some sim stuff. I saw they them. I think it would have worked better as a psychological horror film about identity, making oh, it's a slasher. Fuck. Oh, I love a Blair Witch prequel showing the initial. Oh no! Right. The one that came out, the third film, not. I don't know why I thought the second film was a prequel. Uh, what about a Pet Cemetery sequel just about the animals when they were alive for kids, animated? I think Paramount Plus would be all over that. Prometheus is a prequel, right? Yes, I like that movie more than most. I agree. Yeah, Covenant tried to please everybody. Prometheus is another example, but you can tell that Fox was like, "Yeah, no, you're gonna have to give us some taste of a fucking xenomorph." Where Ridley Scott he really wanted to do different things, and fucking Damon Lindelof and his writing and fucking question everything. I loved Prometheus. Uh, but God forbid people watch a movie where they need to think about things. Yes, there were stupid people in Prometheus, but if that's what you're clinging to, and you're saying that's the reason that Prometheus is bad, then I don't I'd really not like to watch movies with you. Um, MMA's on right now. Your ex commentary with Dice was awesome, dude. Thank you. You could say so to Dice too. Dice is in the chat. You aren't in the city, right? If so, an 11 p.m. party is definitely the norm. No, I'm not. Uh, okay, never watched it. X-Men First Class is still the best X-Men film. I might agree with that. I genuinely might agree with that. Yeah, Emily is a big Red Dragon fan. Novel. Oh, excuse me. Technically, Red Dragon is not a prequel as the book was written before Silence of the Lambs. Well, Red Dragon is just a reworking of Manhunter, isn't it? Why is nobody mentioning Manhunter? Can we just stop with prequels and sequels already? Original ideas we're starving for. Yeah, people need to go to the movie theater and or pay for those original ideas, because Hollywood isn't about, you know, donating their art to the people of the world. Uh, if you're not going to pay to watch their fresh ideas, they're just going to go to what works, and you're going to get a fucking stupid Marvel movie starring Kim Kardashian where she, I don't know, teams up with fucking housewives of Beverly Hills and whatever the fuck. Hello, Horror House. Hope you're doing well. Yes, Orphan. Brian Cox was a good Dr. Lecter. I can't say with certainty that Orphan prequel is good or bad. I have no interest in it. It's okay. It just takes a funky twist. A funky twist. Yeah. 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 Have you ever taken the Sopranos opening scene route, Charles? Yes. Yes, quite a bit. That's, going from Manhattan through New Jersey, except, I don't have fucking, I don't know. I don't film like I'm being shaken to death. Uh, how many shot on video horror movies have you watched? I don't keep track. I don't know. You'd be surprised some movies that are shot on video that look like film, and vice versa. It's a kind of a deceiving question. Um, Anthony Joshua lost the heavyweight boxing and took it like a baby. How dare he talk later? I I, mm, I don't know. So, um, other than movies like Orphan, I don't think there are films that need to be like, there's such a thing as getting your story told in one movie. I know it's ridiculous. It's a horrifying thought to somebody who's trying to make money off of a project, but um I don't know. I guess a sequel is a different story, but a prequel is really, really strange. Like, I don't know what about let's make a prequel to Stand by Me. I want to see the kid that gets hit by the train. I want to know why was he walking in the middle of the woods there, and it basically in the middle of nowhere. What was he doing that that made him get hit by that train. I want to see that movie. Just because something is an important element of a story doesn't mean it should be its own story. Ray Brower. Yes. Shocked you haven't seen Mary. I've seen Married with Children. It's been forever, but I have seen it. Oh, that's gas. So yeah, there's a movie like Orphan First Kill is the perfect example of how a prequel could be a bad idea. Like when they what was it? Was Jigsaw? What was the Saw prequel? Like Saw, the whole Saw franchise. At a certain point, it was just like, dude, how long was he planning this shit? Hey, how about we do a prequel to The Descent about the cave monsters? The algorithm shows a gunshot. Spiral? Was it Spiral? The Chris Rock movie was the prequel? Fuck. Pray to Me is the other side of the spectrum of a decent sequel. It's a sequel. Prequel, excuse me. Prequel. Oh, you're saying Pray. Pray is on the other side of the spectrum. I thought you were talking about a film called Pray to Me. And I didn't realize you were speaking of the Predator prequel, Prey. And yes, Prey, it just takes place in that universe. The only real thing that it shares, other than the fucking gun from Predator 2, is that it's in a land where predators exist. It's not really a prequel. It doesn't. There's no real connection between the things in Prey and Predator, other than the predators. It's not like there's any reference like, oh man, remember those natives that we fucking mowed down 300 years ago? That you do not need to see Prey to get anything extra for Predator, and vice versa. Oh, best of luck, Dice. The bestest of luck. Dude, I don't know. I'm about ready. If it comes out around Halloween ends, it'll be me and like 3 other people talking about it. I'll be one of them. Yeah, no, I'm fired up. Give me Pearl. You know I don't like blondes. Fuck. If I can survive a majority of the Howling and the Amityville Horror franchise, I'll live. Oh yeah, you'll be just fine. The Amityville Horror franchise is a fucking disaster. A fucking disaster. Woof. Yeah. So it's nice and quiet in here. Have you guys noticed? I'm just trying to. I think it comes out next month. Is that true? Well, oh yeah, it's August, so September might be right. I enjoy just about everything from Ty West. I don't. I that was the first movie I watched that I enjoyed of his. I remember watching or putting it on and thinking, everybody's saying this is really good, but I don't like a fucking thing this guy has done. The Innkeepers, I thought, no, thank you. Oh, boredom. Amityville 2 is the best, in my opinion. That's fair. That's a fair opinion to have. Do, 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 do. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge last night. That movie's so gay, and that's why I love it. Well, yeah, they pull no punches about how not straight that movie is, whether or not, um, however you want to take it. They were making a gay movie, and there's a documentary about it. Yeah, what's funny is the best Freddy is in part two. He's the darkest in that movie. Like it's just so fucking funny. For everybody who wants to talk about what's the most badass Freddy, the one in the gay one? No. Yeah. Fucking yeah. I hate to spoil your little Chad brain, but the most badass Freddy's in part two. All right, it's almost midnight. I'm stress lagged as fuck. Uh, I'm probably gonna fall asleep to they them now. Let's see if the movie. Here's the true challenge for the movie, Mr. Kevin Bacon, back in a a camp setting, 40 years after Camp Crystal Lake, 42 years after Camp Crystal Lake. Can you keep my attention for whatever it is, 90 minutes? And he's a bad guy, right? He's like the the dick. He's like an asshole in that, right? Kevin Bacon was speaking of X-Men for First Class. He was a really good fucking dick in that too. Um, yeah. So all I have is access to my computer, and I've regained access to my uncle. Um, nothing e- via the TV. So might be streaming a little bit more than usual, but other than that, well, you got a topic? Throw it down in the chat. We'll talk about it. Um, and just keep in mind that everything that came up this week was absolute fallacy. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's good. That's really good because people like to lie. They really like to lie about people. No comment. Just because I screen grabbed it and have it plastered all over and had a pillowcase made of it means nothing. All right. So, until next time, which will might be tomorrow night, unless, of course, the jet lag just. Yeah, I saw dice. As long as nothing, I can't imagine there being something in the way, but I shall be ready with bells on. Bells, not Bell's palsy, but just bells. Um, okay. All right, guys. Maybe see you Tamara. I wanna get some sort of something going. Oh, wait, no, wait. Dice is gonna be doing trivia on the 24th. I can wait that long. That's easy. All right, guys. Say goodnight, Gracie. Say goodnight, Gracie.